All right, this is a 1960s uh, read from me. It's an audio read. So if you want to watch it, you can. I'll just be quickly reading the quiz. All right, 1960s check-in quiz. This will not be scored in gradebook. However, you want to take the quiz to show you are working towards mastery and understanding as you move towards your final exam. With each one of these questions, once I read them, feel free to pause the video, make your selection, and then just press play again when you're ready for the next question. So first one, Cesar Chavez used what tactic in his fight for increased civil rights? 1, sit-ins. 2, violent clashes with police. 3, protesting outside the Capitol building. Or 4, boycotts and peaceful marches. As always, feel free to pause, make your selection, and then just press play. Next question, what was Chavez's main goal for the grape farmers? 1, to be unionized. 2, increase recognition. 3, to work with Martin Luther King Jr. Or 4, to break up Latino workers' grip on the grape industry. Next question. The main goal of Betty Friedan's book, The Feminine Mystique, was women should be organized to fight sexual discrimination. Women felt trapped by their role as domestic housewives. Women felt they deserved equal pay as men. Or 4, women should be allowed to enter politics. Next question. 1960s feminism argued that women should 1, be free from sexual harassment. 2, be entitled to voting rights. 3, be viewed as equal to men in political representation, pay, and socially. Or 4, be allowed to join the military and combat roles. Next question. Roe versus Wade in 1973 used what idea in the Constitution to argue for women's right to have an abortion? 1, free exercise of expression. 2, freedom of speech. 3, eminent domain. Or 4, the right of privacy. Next question. Part of Lyndon Johnson's domestic spending was to increase funding for Head Start job programs and funding for schools. 2, the military. 3, interstate highways. Or 4, welfare programs. Next question. One area of the Great Society that proved to be a long-term failure was 1, low-income housing projects. 2, watershed protection. 3, Head Start job programs. Or 4, increased funding for public schools. Next question. Why was the U.S. national debt decreased by $2 billion from 1964 to 1966? 1, funding was slashed in the 1960s federal budget. 2, tax cuts for all classes. 3, decreased U.S. involvement in Vietnam. Or 4, the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Next question. What group epitomized the counterculture movement in the 1960s? 1, the beatniks. 2, conscientious objectors. 3, communists. Or 4, hippies. Next question. Why were people drawn to the Haight-Ashbury area of San Francisco? 1, low taxes. 2, the music scene. 3, the lack of drug laws. Or 4, free handouts from local welfare offices. Next question. Turn on, tune in, drop out. Was the push by 1, Charles Manson. 2, Timothy Leary. 3, John Lennon. Or 4, Jimi Hendrix. Doing great. 2 questions to go. Next question. The conservative response to the counterculture was 1, a general criticism of the lack of self-control amongst its followers. 2, a new embrace of its ideas. 3, to provide welfare and drug rehabilitation services. Or 4, encourage them to return to college. The last question is the most challenging one. Here it is. Good luck. Mr. Blaine is 1, awesome. 2, great. 3, average at best, but he isn't Mr. Klinger. Or 4, such a bad teacher, I'm glad I don't have to see him for 3 more weeks. Tricky, really tricky. All right. So with that, that's your online reading assessment accommodation. Best of luck. Remember, take as many times as you want. I think that's an option. If not, just take the quiz. It's not scored in grade book. All right. Talk to you later.